Hi there, it's Wednesday, and normally this would be Core Wednesday, and I noticed my audience drops off a little bit on Wednesday, but today is not Core. Today we're going to concentrate again on the collarbone, this bone right here that frames your upper body. A lot of people have been saying, what are you doing with this time off, and what are you learning a new skill? So hopefully you are doing something productive with your time off. I've been hitting the books again and learning about anatomy, and I am looking again at the collarbone. And I thought it was a good opportunity to start at the top and work our way down. So the collarbone is what frames your upper body. It's also what gets a little broken too during when you're in sports. You hear a lot about, I think that's the first time you ever heard about your collarbone is when somebody broke it. So it's pretty exposed, it's right here. The collarbone actually has two joints. The joint that connects it to the shoulder blade, which is the acromion process of the shoulder blade, and then it's also the joint that connects it to the sternum, which is right here in front. So it is a joint, it's a very low mobile joint, but it is something we're going to try to work on today. So one of the first things I learned in my yoga teacher training was how to set the shoulders, and I'm going to share that with you. I actually had a little chat with my 200-hour yoga teacher trainer, Angie Campbell, so thank you, Angie. So when you set it, there's an easy way to think about setting it is lifting the shoulders up, taking them back about 1 inch, and then dropping them down. And that really just talks about the upper shoulders. You're not really engaging the whole shoulder blade itself. So another way to think of it is engaging the shoulder blade is called punch, pinch, and pull. And I want you to do that with me if anybody's out there. Go ahead and punch or protract your shoulders, kind of round your shoulders. And then pinch the tops of your shoulder blades together as if you're pinching a peanut. And then pull the shoulder blades into your back pocket. And that resets your shoulders. So let's try that again. Punch or protract your shoulders forward. Pinch the back of the shoulder blades along the spine as if you're pinching a peanut between your shoulder blades, and then pull your shoulder blades down into your back pocket. That sets them nice. So as you sit nice and tall, we'll breathe here for a moment. Just get steady. Think about muscle memory. I've been thinking a lot about muscle memory too, and I think that's why it's so important to set your posture when you're younger so that you'll automatically fall back into that posture. So as we sit nice and tall with our shoulder blades set, let's take a deep breath in and just breathe, lifting and expanding that collarbone. Exhaling, just let the air come out. And breath in. And breath out. Another deep breath in, let's lift our arms, see where we're at today. It's a good body check. Take your fingers, middle finger up to the sky, tuck your core in, lift. And exhale, bring them back down. One more breath in, lift. And back down. Next breath in, lift. Let's take your fingers behind your head. Let's expand or make that collarbone smile as we lift our elbows back behind us, lifting our heart. Exhaling, we're just going to gently nudge our chin to our chest as we draw our elbows forward, stretching the back of our neck. Breath in, lift. For those that are joining me today, thanks for coming. Again, reminder, there's not a lot of core, so it'll be okay. Breath in and lift. And exhale, come down. Go ahead and take our hands to our rotator cuff. Rotator cuff is all right here. It's what holds your humerus, your long bone in. You're going to just breathe and round the shoulder. So if you have your fingertips lightly touching the top of your shoulder there, you might be able to feel some little pinches, feel some little cracks. Let's just breathe, take it nice and slow, and find that movement. Go. Take a deep breath in, lift. Now open up your arms, palms up, lift, lift from your belly button, lift, and send your thumbs behind you. And hands to heart center. Let's take it up again, breathe in and lift. Fingertips behind you, open it up. And hands to heart center. Go ahead and come into table. We did that on the dock on Monday. So just practicing some cat-cows, warming up your spine. You know how to place your hands nice and firm, fingertips spread nice and wide, tops of the feet on the mat. I always like to start swaying back and forth just to get my IT band involved, lifting your core, having that nice straight back. Let's come into a nice stable table, and on our breath in, we're going to send our shoulders back, open up that collarbone, drop the belly, hips are high. Exhale, let's round our shoulders, bring our shoulders forward, drop the crown of your head, lift your belly button to your spine. So get your shoulders involved in this movement. And as you move, you'll feel that natural breath start to come into your lungs and come out of your lungs. And then let's take a child. Hips to your heels. Find that nice long spine. Find your fingertips on the mat. Stretching out those shoulders. Walking your fingers forward. And breathe. And breath into table. And we're going to curl our toes under, come into a nice down face dog. Got to make the most out of our 20 minutes here. So lift and feel that tension leave your hips. Feel the backs of your legs stretch. Walk your dog. Exhale, chest to the thighs. And just move with your down dog. Gonna take a breath in, lift your left leg nice and long. And bring it forward. Let it land or plant right between your 2 feet. Gonna take that right foot and let it just find the side of your mat. We're gonna rise up into a warrior one. There it is. So what do your shoulders have to do with warrior one? A lot. You're gonna lift, as if someone's lifting the bottom of your shoulder blades, lift up towards the ceiling. Breathe, drop your tailbone, exhale, sink down. Gonna open up to warrior two. Inhale, exhale. Take that elbow, left elbow to left knee, and rotate that right arm around. So you should have that nice long diagonal there. Using the leverage of your left elbow on your left knee, rotate your upper body forward so that right shoulder should be above the left shoulder. Now take that right hand, the back of the right hand, and place it on the small of your back, that lower curve of your back. And then I want you to look up to the ceiling and really send that right shoulder back. Really press. So leverage of your left hand on your knee to open up that left side of the collarbone. Hand behind your back on the right side to open up that right side of the collarbone. Breathe. And let it soften. Let's circle around and make a warrior two. Straighten out that right leg. We're going to take our hands behind us. Go ahead and lace your fingers behind you as you drop those fingertips down as you lift your heart. So again, you're softening those shoulders, lifting your heart, and then we're going to send our whole sternum, that bone that connects our front ribs, forward toward your left toes. Breathe. Lift your hands up off your hips. Bend that left knee to come out. Breathe in for warrior one. Straighten out that left leg and send your body forward to face me. You're in pyramid. Take your hands behind you again. Remember to kind of alternate how you clasp or lace your fingers together. Breath in and lift. Exhale and fold forward. Hands to the mat. Go ahead and take a deep breath in, lift up halfway. Exhale and fold. Let your head hang here. Just let all the weight go into your top of your head. And breath in to rise. Usually I wear a ponytail. Let's come into pyramid again. We're going to take a swing to the right and come into warrior one. So that left foot now finds the small of the part of the mat. Take a breath in, drop your tailbone down, lift your belly button, exhale, sink. There's your warrior one. Open that left hip up, warrior two. You're going to come in and bend that right elbow to right knee. Left arm goes long, and just appreciate that nice diagonal that you created on the left side of your body. Right elbow to right knee. Rotate that chest forward as you stack your left shoulder above your right. using that leverage on that right knee to open up that right shoulder. Take that left hand, the back side of your hand in the small of your back, and send that left shoulder back, opening it up, and breathe, breathe. Left hand comes forward again. We're going to rotate it around to warrior two, and straighten out that right leg. Hands behind you. We'll tilt our upper body over to the right leg and bend forward as we lift. We all have different parts of our body that work better than others. My shoulders are always tight, so you all might notice some people can take those hands all the way up on top of your head. I'm obviously not that person, but I'm working on it. Bend that right knee to come out. We're in warrior one. Breathe. Hands to the mat, down face dog. Walk your dog. Take a breath in, lift your hips high. Exhale, chest toward the thighs. Let's come to our knees. And sit in hero. And then we're going to come into child one more time. Breathe. How are your shoulders feeling? Hopefully okay. Don't want to overdo it here. I do have one more for you. It's a wonderful shoulder opener. Come on and sit on your bottom. And then we're going to come into bridge. So if you get your sit bones nice and flat, knees are up, let's go ahead and lower that back down. And I love just getting in touch with my spine when I do this, feeling it nice and flat, feeling those ribs kind of relax too. Let's go ahead and take an Apanasana, which is really just an upside down child. But squeeze those knees enough to lift those hips off the mat. And let's plant them. Let's come up for a bridge here. So a bridge is a nice opportunity to lift the hips, stretch the hip flexors, and open up the collarbone. So as you breathe in, just lift your hips high, tuck those shoulder blades under for support, and you're also finding that those shoulder blades open some. Lift your chin off your chest, hips high, breathe. Knees draw in. Exhale, lower down. One more Apanasana. Let's do one more bridge here for anybody that's still with me. Feet on the mat, shoulder blades are soft. On your breath in, lift. Tuck those shoulder blades in a little bit more. Now you can play with your hands here too. You can draw your fingertips towards the back of your heels. You can even lace your hands underneath your back. That opens up your collarbones a little bit more. And let go of your hands, and then let your spine soften. Go ahead and take your hands, the palms of your hands underneath your glutes, and then just sit back down on your glutes here. Let your legs go long. We're going to come up into fish. Fish is an excellent hip opener here. So as you breathe in, you're going to lift your chest, and tuck your shoulder blades under. Continue to lift your chin nice and high, and if you can, put your top of your head, your crown, back on the mat. So breathing in, it's just an opportunity for a heart opener here, or a collarbone opener. Keeping your elbows pressed into the mat, lift your chest, lift your sternum high, and exhale, lower down. How's that feel? Knees into the chest to lift your hands up. Give them a nice roll. Let's roll up to a seated posture. And let's check in with our shoulders. Let's see if they've naturally set to being nice and solid. We can punch, pinch, and pull just to make sure. So punch those shoulder blades forward. Lift them up and pinch the back of the spine of the scapula, the shoulder blades together, and then lower them into your hip pocket. There you go. You guys, thanks for joining me. We'll see you on Friday. Have a beautiful Wednesday, and do something kind for someone. Namaste.